Yo, what's up guys, Lightning Me here with another UFC prediction video for the fight card Sergei Pavlovich against Blaydes in the Apex Arena after a long time now with literally no attendance, not a 20,000 people, at the crowd, so it will be interesting to see and to hear the knockout because I believe at the main event we will see a knockout. So at the first fight from the 12 fighting card, Danaa Batgerel against Brady Hiestand. I got Brady by submission in the third round. I mean, I was going with the decision, but now I stick to the submission in the third round because I believe somewhere in the fight, in the third round, Danaa Batgerel will give up and Brady would get the RNC. Why I think Danaa Batgerel will lose the fight is because, after his last performance against Kang, it wasn't really that good, and he also lost to Gutierrez by a good knockout. So maybe Brady can knock him down even in the fight, and with his grappling, I believe Brady will win the fight. With the next fight on the card, we have Priscila Cachoeira against Karine Silva. I hope I said the name from Priscila right. I got Karine Silva by submission in the second round. I mean, Karine Silva has like 14 or 15 wins, with all of them are finishes, 100%. Priscila has good hands, I believe has 7 knockouts on her record. So in the stand-up, it will be interesting, though I think Karine Silva will of course take her down and put a Bravo choke like her last fight and submit her in the second round. On the next fight we got Francis Marshall against William Gomis. This is an interesting fight because you can pick both guys, like Tony Ferguson said, both guys get knocked out, double knockout. I believe it will be a decision, so I go William Gomis by decision. I got him even a knockdown in the second round or something because he got some hands. I mean, it wasn't the best performance in his last fight, but still this guy trains good and is a good fighter from France. On the other hand, we got Francis Marshall, who won his last fight by knockout, his first knockout on his record. Still has like some good submissions, but at the end of the day, I believe William Gomis is more experienced and knows the fighting game better. So I got William Gomis by decision. Next out on the card is Mohammed Usman against Junior Tafa. I'm sorry for Mohammed Usman because also of his story and his kid, his child died, like she or he was 2 or 3 years old. I'm sorry for the family of Usman. But at the end of the day, I'm also sorry for the knockout he will get from Junior Tafa because Junior Tafa will knock him out in the first round. That's what I believe. Mohammed Usman isn't really that talented like his brother Kamaru. So yeah, Junior Tafa by a first round knockout. We got on the next fight is Karol Rosa against Norma Dumont. This is also a tough one, but I still go by Karol Rosa. It's a woman fight, so you don't know. In the latter 2 predictions, we were really good. I believe we was like 5-1. It's a good percentage, Karol Rosa, more experience, 16-4, 20 fights. This is not bad for a woman's fighter. On the other hand, Norma Dumont, I don't know, man, a lot of people take her, but I believe in the experience from Karol Rosa, and 28 years of age, young, and got so many fights. I believe she knows how to win a fight, and decision. Let's say 30-27 even. Next fight is Rani Yahya against Montel Jackson. I got Montel Jackson by second round TKO. I mean, a lot of people sleep on Rani Yahya, to be honest, and they should off. 38 years of age, not the best guy. His last fight wasn't also very impressive. On the other hand, Montel Jackson has some hands, 6 knockouts. He can knock Rani Yahya down, and he can defend the takedowns because Rani Yahya has like 21 submissions. He will try to take him down and finish the fight. I believe Montel Jackson has the ability to defend the takedowns and knock him out in the second round. The last fight of the prelims is Rick Glenn against Christos Giagos. I got Ricky Glenn by third round KO, because I believe he got some hands. Also, his last win was a good knockout, and his last fight against Grant Dawson was a draw, and I believe he was really good. Grant Dawson is not a walk in the park. He's a very big lightweight. And on the other hand, Christos Giagos, man, he lost his last 2 fights. It was really a bad performance, and he got finished. I mean, his last win against Sean Soriano was really good, to be honest, because Sean is a good fighter, man. He also has 4 wins in the UFC, which is really good. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's he's like a guy who can win against Rick Glenn. And if Rick Glenn wins the fight, I see him even fighting a top 15 guy, or even a fight before top 15. That's why also they put him on the last fight from the prelims, because they have some hope in him. I also have Ricky Glenn by KO in the third round. I hope he gets it, so we can see more of him. He's also 34 years of age, so it's his last round probably. We'll see what we get. Now the main event opener, Jeremy Wells against Matthew Semelsberger. I was going with Matthew because he's a really good fighter, you know, he had some chin. He also did very good against Carlos Williams, and this win against Jack Matthews was very huge. Also against Fletcher, nobody mentioned the fight against AJ Fletcher, because man, he dominated him. I didn't expect that. On the other hand, I got Jeremiah Wells with very good, decent hands and a finishability from the submission point. Like he has like 3 RNCs, rear naked chokes, and maybe even he can knock Matthew down and finish him by rear naked choke. I still see a knockout in the first round because he has some power. Also in the first rounds, he goes in and tries to finish the fight. So Jeremiah Wells by first round knockout. Next fight is Yasmin Lucindo against Brogan Volka. I mean, it's clear we need to go with Yasmin Lucindo. Her last fight was probably one of the best women fighters I ever watched. High up there with Wei Wei Zhang and Joanna. So I mean, Yasmin was very good. She's like a Mexican boxer. She's like Oscar de la Hoya as a woman fighter. Still, Yasmin showed how good she is, and I believe she has like 8 knockouts on her record. Very good hands for a woman fighter. So I see a knockout in the first round from Yasmin Lucindo. Next fight is Bobby Green against Gerald Gordon. I mean, Bobby, the last fight against Rudoba, against this guy, man, it's really dangerous to fight against Rudoba. You cannot trace hands with him. We saw Terrence McKinney get dropped, and also against what's the name from the New Zealand, the guy. Rudoba showed he can really throw some hands, throw some bombs. So I'm not mad at Bobby Green for losing the fight, but man, his chin should be not that good. And on the other hand, Jordan will try, of course, to take him down, not to knock him out, which is very good for Bobby. But if you are 3 rounds against the cage, it's not good for the judges. I believe this time Jared Gordon will get the win, not like against Paddy Pimblett, where he lost the fight. I mean, Paddy is the star, so it's a little bit different. Bobby has some good hands, but man, he got taken down by Makhachev so easy. It was like an amateur fight, to be honest. So I see Jared Gordon winning at 29-28, put him against the cage, clinching. Probably a boring fight, to be honest. And on the other hand, if Bobby wants to win the fight, it will also be just jabs, go away from him like hit and run. We got Brad Tavares against Bruno Silva as the co-main event. I got Bruno Silva by second round knockout. I know some people will say, what? Because he lost to GM3. But I believe in Bruno Silva, 19 knockouts on his record. I mean, I hope he learned from his last fight, because, man, GM3, you should win this fight. Brett Tavares, yeah, his last performance against Dricus Duplessis, I hope I said the name right. It was good, you know, but I believe if Dricus has more, after his nose surgery, he will be a much better fighter with a better gas tank, and he would also knock out Brett Tavares. I believe this was a disadvantage for Dricus Duplessis. So, you know, Brett had a good fight, but at the end of the day, I got Bruno Silva by knockout, man. It will be a war in the stand-up. Both guys will get hit. At the end of the day, I believe if Edmund Shahbazian can knock out Brett Tavares, Bruno can do it too. Second round knockout. Now the main event, Sergei Pavlovich against Curtis Blaydes. I got Sergei Pavlovich by knockout in the first round. Look, Sergei will make it look easy, but it's not easy, of course. You know, Curtis Blaydes is probably for me one of the best heavyweights right now what we have. He got knocked out by Derek Lewis. He got knocked out by 2 times actually by Francis Ngannou. Not a shame in that. Both guys can knock you out. Man, and if Derek Lewis can defend the takedowns and knock Curtis Blaydes out, of course Sergei Pavlovich can do it too. After his loss to Overeem in his debut, man, 5-fight winning streak, always in the first round. He killed everybody, you know. This is a monster, 31 years old. I believe now he gets to his prime and show how good he is. I really believe he will make it look easy, but of course it's not easy against Curtis Blaydes. Day 2, Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall are the best fighters in heavyweight division. I don't see Stipe up in there. No, he's, let's say, washed with all due respect. So Sergei Pavlovich by first round knockout, and I will make another video for Ryan Garcia against Tank Davis. Tune in too. I hope Saturday will be a good night for all of us.